Okay, why is it that more Republicans are not upset over what Elon Musk is doing? Let's set aside for the moment that they don't understand what an auto coup is and they don't think he's carrying out a coup. Why are they not upset that he and his little band of Shitler youth are accessing all of our information, have seized control of the Treasury, have your social security number, access to your auntie and grandma's Medicare? Thanks to direct deposit, they have access to all of your banking information if you get social security and Medicare. A 19-year-old who just graduated from high school, that a group of college dropouts who have no security clearance, no training, no authorization, have broken the law by accessing your private information and seizing control of trillions of dollars of our money. Why are they not concerned about that? I have a little bit of a unique perspective here. I have a YouTube channel and I talk about permaculture, and there are a lot of right-wingers, libertarians, preppers, homesteady folks who are interested in permaculture, and so my content gets shown to them. Same for my Facebook account. I started up using Facebook again yesterday specifically as harm reduction, specifically so that my content will reach folks like that. So unlike TikTok, where we are all kind of in our little bubble, the algorithm has really split us up unless we happen to stumble onto the wrong side or somehow our video gets sent over there for 1 day or 2 days. I have a lot of direct interaction with folks on the right on YouTube and on Facebook, and we will go back and forth. And so I have seen their perspective on what is happening, on what Musk is doing. I hear two phrases over and over and over again. One is, this is Musk draining the swamp. Yeah, bringing back phrases from 2015, 2010, sounding like a Tea Partier. The other thing they say is that this is Musk purging the deep state. I've gotten comments like, this is him shining a light on government waste, government spending, taxpayer dollars being thrown away on woke, useless things, on pork. The Democrats are corrupt and are wasting our tax dollars. Someone said, oh, Musk has exposed how Democrats spent $600,000 of our tax money on sushi. And strangely enough, I saw that exact same quote on Facebook, except they said $600 million on sushi. I don't even know where to put the decimal point on their erroneous talking points. Another big talking point that they're using, and actually my eldest daughter said this is going around Twitter as well, conservative Twitter, that Musk has exposed through his access to the Treasury how we wasted $3 million of government money on a study, funding a study about how shrimp use a treadmill. And like, this is proof of how much waste there is. Much of our taxpayer dollars is being spent on the woke academic agenda, being thrown at these stupid studies that are doing nothing. I realize this is a talking point from like since the 80s. That federal grant money is being wasted on silly studies, except that they don't know how to read data. They don't know what they're doing, or they intentionally twist information, because that was that department spending their annual budget of $3 million dispensing grants. And that shrimp using a treadmill study was $47, and the researcher ended up paying for it out of his own pocket. They don't care. They just hear like government waste and they see red. And so they think that Elon Musk is somehow ending government overspending. He is cutting government waste. He is doing a good job by seizing access to all of this stuff. And they don't think that he has access to their social security or to the trillions of dollars that he does have access to, that his little band of barely post-pubescent boys have access to. I have seen repeatedly in my comments that Musk has read-only access to our information, that he can't download it, and that he can't actually change what happens with the spending. He has no access to the dollars, the funding itself, which is patently, categorically false. But they really believe it. They really believe like Musk is he's just doing an expose. He's got read-only access, while he and his girlfriend and that little band of boys are camped out inside government buildings. They truly believe this shit. There is such a disconnect in the messaging. And I know I have said this before. I have said this for years. Conservatives have a completely different worldview. And they're not actually, not only hearing the truth of what Musk is doing. When you present them with the truth and evidence, they categorically dismiss it. That's not true. Y'all are just listening to the woke agenda. You're being fooled by the Dems. Or they're very trusting, like, oh, no. Musk would never do something like that. He's on our side. He's here to help the working class, save us from big government. They don't understand that all of these programs being cut right now were being funded by taxes that the billionaires pay. All of these programs, people are dying. Humanitarian aid is being withheld. Science is grinding to a halt to pay for tax cuts for billionaires. Like, the bootlicking is crazy. These folks have no idea that they are doing the work, propping up the billionaires that are exploiting them and me and everybody. All of this is being done so that the richest people in the world who already profit off of exploiting our labor, our life hours, our pennies, and the planet we all share, so that they can get even richer. They are incensed about being taxed. They will willingly cause the suffering and death of people in America and vulnerable folks abroad, babies, refugees, so that they don't have to pay any taxes. While our taxes are going up, all of our taxes are going up if we're in the working class. And I don't actually really know how to address that disconnect at all. They are so entrenched in their cult and in their worldview, will dismiss facts out of hand. They cannot absorb any threat to their worldview. Their confirmation bias is unfucking believable. I realize there's actually a minority of them, but they are on the horn with our senators, letting them know they think Musk is doing a good job. Remember, they are a minority of the American people, but they have been a vocal minority, and they showed up at the polls. There are so many more of us, and we've got to be persistent in pressuring Republican and Democratic elected officials. We've got to be a united front against fascism. And I think we do need to be a safe landing place for folks who may come to realize that their belief in MAGAism, adoration of Trump, their foolish trust in him and Musk has been misplaced. But I also think, much like folks have to deconstruct from religion on their own terms, they have to be in a place where they are able to start doing that work. And we obviously need to be speaking truth to these folks. We need to be careful how much energy we are spending trying to convince them of something they're not ready to hear. There has to be an internal tipping point for them. I think to some degree we are starting to see that because Musk's favorability, his approval rating is plummeting. I also think it's important to remember that as we are willing to welcome folks to the party whenever they want to show up and are ready to do the work, that we are conscious of where we are putting our energy, evangelizing to folks on the right who are not in a place to start to deconstruct, who are deeply entrenched in their ideology, who believe all of the propaganda and talking points. We need to be careful how much energy we are spending on those folks. We need to remember that we do have the numbers if we all come together. Those folks are a minority. They are also obedient and they show up. So we have to show up with greater energy and in greater numbers in order to save our democracy from the fascist plutocracy, from the coup that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are carrying out right now.